In this video, I'm going to talk through some considerations for publishing your on-demand lesson. Now, this would occur after you've built all your materials out in the online platform or website or however you're delivering the materials. So this is going to be through the process of actually publishing it and making it available to learners when you're ready to share it. So launching your lesson is really an important process, and we might think about it as just turning a switch on or something, but there are a few things that you're going to go through before you're doing that. The first thing is you're going to want to do a quality check and make sure that things are working properly, and we'll talk through some considerations there. You're going to look through preparing access and delivery, so you're going to making sure everything is ready to go. You'll have to deal with managing registration. So as people register for the course, how will you collect those registrations and manage those? And then finally, even though it is on demand, there is some facilitation requirements there that are there for successful learning experiences. So we're going to talk about how to facilitate learning experiences in that on-demand format as well. So one of the things that you'll be looking for is checking for quality. So things here you want to look at your content accuracy. Is the information you're conveying accurate and on point there? The next thing you want to look at is functionality. So is the online materials, are they functioning properly? Do you, when you select a button, does it go to the right place? Those types of things. So you want to make sure the functionality is working properly there. And then finally, you're going to want to do an overall test of the experience. So when a learner navigates through the on-demand lesson materials, is the experience pleasant? Is it easy to use? These are all things that are going to influence the learning experience when a learner interacts with your online lesson. The next thing you're going to focus on is preparing access and delivery. And so many online platforms and even web platforms are going to provide access levels or tools. So whether you're making it available to the public, if you're making it available to just a certain group of people. In the platform we're using here as an example, you'll notice that there are a few options there where we have the content in draft state right now, but we're going to want to either move it into a published state or publish on a certain date there. And so these are all things that you're going to want to consider. You'll also notice that there are options to make it discoverable in a catalog. So your platform or the way you're delivering it may have some different options, but these are some things to think about when you're preparing access and delivery for the content that is there. You'll also want to be mindful of how to manage registrations. So will you be sending out emails for registrations? Will you be requiring people to come to a website to register there? These are all things, again, depending on the technology and approach you're using, but you'll notice that in many cases there's an option to invite people via an email, and so you can add that. But then you're also going to want to monitor and see how many learners you have registered. Are they logging in? Are they able to get to the material that they need to get to? And so this managing the registrations is a key component as well to that experience that's there. And finally, we want to talk about considerations around facilitating learning experiences, particularly in an on-demand lesson format. So a couple of things that you're going to want to be mindful of are, first of all, people may have questions, and you're going to want to provide an opportunity for them to get their questions answered. These could be all the way from technical questions of how they log in or access materials, all the way through content questions. And so having a plan in place in terms of where you would collect those questions and where to route them would be key things to consider in there. Second is there's going to be an opportunity, you'll need opportunities to provide feedback, whether that's automated feedback or whether your instructor or facilitator may be providing feedback through emails or through an online platform. Those are things to consider as you're facilitating that the feedback is going to be a key component to that. And then finally, consider using what we'll call progress nudges here. So as people work through the content, or maybe they don't, maybe there's an opportunity to send out some nudges or reminders that they're enrolled in the course and need to be making progress through that learning experience. That can be done through a simple email or text messaging, again, whatever technology you have available to you there. So when you look at that, facilitating the learning experiences, focusing on the questions, the feedback, and the making progress, there are some key considerations related to facilitating learning experiences in an on-demand setting.